What's up everybody, this is Toy Addict 26 here, and today I'm going to take a look at the brand new Play Art Sky Arkham City Batman action figure from Square Enix. This new version of Batman comes in a 3-colored package, which features imagery from the video game logo, and images of the figures themselves showcased in the back of the package. The front of the package features an opening lid, which can be opened to reveal the figure inside along with the character bio. As far as this brand new Batman, here's a couple of things that he comes with. He comes with an additional interchangeable Batman head, which has kind of like a smirk where he's kind of like biting the side of his lip there. And he brings interchangeable hands, of course. He has the hand for holding the bat claw or the batarangs. He has a closed-fisted hand. He has this open hand for holding his cape, and another closed-fisted hand. Now, another really cool thing about this particular Batman figure is the inclusion of, see, the bat claw here. It looks like just an average bat claw, you know, when you see it up close, but you can actually detach the dart tip like so, and you can insert this piece and then you have the back claw on the end of the wire. So if you want to do, you know, like a diorama where you might have the, you know, Batman shooting the back claw at a building or something to grapple on and move on to the other, from one end of the city to the other, you know, you have this really cool option for diorama purposes where you actually have the line with the bat dart at the tip. So that's a cool added bonus that the figure includes, you know, and it allows a little bit of variation in terms of display options. Now, what I want to break down here is the main differences between this Arkham City version of Batman and the Arkham Asylum Batman. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering. I have them here side by side. Of course, the Arkham Asylum Batman looks shorter, mainly because of the fact that I have him, you know, he's kind of got like his knees bent a little bit there, and his legs are open a little bit more. But overall, I really like the anatomy on the Arkham Asylum Batman. He looks a lot stronger. The proportions of the body are a lot more believable. The only problems that I have with the new Arkham City version of Batman is particularly this part right here, which is the torso. It's just something off about this right here, where this just looks really thin. Now if you look at the Arkham Asylum Batman, you won't notice that. See, it's nice and thick and muscular. It doesn't look awkward at all. You've got kind of like that V shape going up. However, with the Arkham City Batman, if you notice, it's almost like that female curve where it goes down for like the hips and then it comes up. So you've got kind of like an hourglass form in the torso. And I don't know, that just looks a little awkward to me. Maybe I'm just being hypercritical, but that's something that stood out like a sore thumb right away when I looked at this thing out of the package. Now, as far as big differences between the two figures, obviously there's a lot of differences that are kind of subtle and you don't really see them in the game. But one of the main differences on the figure, if you see the belt, the utility belt, the way the pouch is and the overall look of the belt is very different compared to the Arkham Asylum version, which, one, they're like an almost like a white gold, and two, they're all kind of square, you know, rectangular. the Arkham City version, it's almost like downward pointing kind of triangles, as you can see there. So it's very different in that. And as far as the arms, the actual gauntlets on Batman have gone through a bit of an upgrade from the Arkham Asylum game to the Arkham City, and the folks at Square Enix did a good job in adding those differences here on the figure. So obviously it's a representation of the new version of Batman's suit in the game. So those are the main differences as far as sculpt. Pretty much everything else, well, actually the Bat logo on the chest, if you see here, this is kind of fatter, the wings, they're kind of like thicker versus the Arkham Asylum, which has kind of like a, get this guy to stand up without falling. You can see here, the Batman logo is a lot thinner here from the main body to the out to the wings. So, and the last thing that I would say that that is a main difference between the Arkham City and the Arkham Asylum Batmans is the cape and cowl, and overall the paint applications. Paint applications look great on the figure. Obviously in the new Batman, there's more of a lighter gray and very, very light hue of blue in the gray, like a tint of blue in the gray. The costume is very much lighter along the gray parts of the costume, which is the torso, legs, and arms. And then the boots are almost like a dark gray, like a smoke gray. They're it's very dark blue if anything, but they look more gray to me. And then the cape and cowl are like a very bold midnight blue, which stands out really nice, and it's got a nice black wash that creates a lot of depth in the sculpt, and it looks really awesome. I mean, Play Arts, Square Enix always does an amazing job on the paint applications and the Play Arts figures, but those are the main differences. All right, and let me point out some of the pros and cons versus the Arkham Asylum. And again, I'm doing this because so far there have been 3 versions of Batman released in the Play Arts Kai line, and I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of what you get by purchasing each one of these. I'm sure most of you are wondering, okay, how many damn Batmans are they going to make? But so far I'm impressed with all of them. Only one I don't have here in the review because I just didn't want to clutter it too much is the armored Batman. I think that was an awesome version of Batman because it was totally different from the Arkham Asylum Batman in terms of overall the body, the armor, the way everything was done. Here the Arkham City Batman, aside from the color variations and the interchangeable head and the removable dart with a line, the cape has this kind of awkward extended piece here, as you can see. All right, which looks cool. It's kind of like that, got that windblown effect. But now the problem here is the cape is not posable at all. Unlike the Arkham Asylum, if you can see here, it's pretty much glued down to Batman's back. So there's no type of range of movement on the cape, unlike the Arkham Asylum Batman. So far, I think the Arkham Asylum Batman is the ultimate Batman action figure released to date, and it's just amazing the way Square Enix did an incredible job with doing an articulated cape and all that. With Arkham City Batman, what you have that's new is this. Right here, at the shoulders, these 2 pieces, they're kind of like on a hinge. See that? So what that allows you to do is, although the cape doesn't adjust, if you want to bring Batman's arm up this kind of moves up with it because it has that kind of hinge there. So that's something new, and it's a cool little plus. Now, the negative part about this is that the cowl kind of goes over the shoulder here, and since this cape is not really posable, I mean, it's a little pliable, but it's not articulated. There's a lot of poses that you can pull off with the Arkham Asylum Batman that you just cannot do with the Arkham City Batman. Arkham City Batman is made to be, you know, more in kind of like stiff standing poses. Still can pull off some nice dynamic stuff, don't get me wrong, but you got to kind of play around with it in terms of the cape and getting the right balance, you know, on the cape and the body to keep him from falling over. I think a really cool thing that Square Enix should consider in future releases is to include some sort of transparent display stand. Something like this, like Mattel did, but they sold these online, but a little more subtle, you know, not have this huge thick thing and then not be like this kind of transparent but not really transparent plastic. Something more really plastic uniform, just a circular base with a little pole, and maybe have kind of like the ratcheting articulation that they have on the figures on the base, so you can kind of adjust it and, you know, place your figures in dynamic poses. And it should have like some sort of adjustable rings to go around the waist of the figures. But you know, I've always had really good luck posing figures and keeping them that way without falling over. It's some, you know, just years of posing stuff. I guess it's grown on me, and overall I'm really happy with this figure. The paint applications are amazing. Articulation wise, you get the same type of articulation that you have on the Arkham Asylum Batman. Let me just break that down here. You have the ball socket head, which has a real nice fluid range of movement. Okay, then you've got the hinged neck, which is actually, well, it's a neck that's on a ball, but it also has kind of a hinge which allows you to kink up and down. All right, so you've got pretty much 3 points of articulation between the neck and the head itself. Then on the shoulders, you've got, you know, the ball hinge. You've got that shoulder hinge, which extends the shoulder blade out. You've got a swivel biceps. You've got the ratcheting ball hinged elbows, and you've got ball hinged wrists. Then when it comes to the torso, it's on a, as you can see here, you got two ball sockets. You got a ball socket here at the lower torso and another ball socket here at the mid torso, allowing you to do, you know, the ab crunch, arch the back, although you can't really arch the back much because the cape hinders that range of movement. But then you still got the soft crotch piece, which is like a soft rubber underwear, which I think works wonders with the Play Arts figures because it allows a wider range of movement in the upper thigh area and the abs. Then on the legs, you've got nice ratcheting ball hinged crotch joint, and you've got double hinged knees. Okay, and then you've got the ratcheting ball hinged ankles. Here I have the different version of the head sculpt on Batman. As you can see here, you know, it's more kind of like a brawling type of in battle look. You know, he's got more of a gritty expression on his face. And here I got him alongside Catwoman. Overall, I must say I'm very impressed with this brand new Arkham City version of Batman. It has a lot of cool new features and additional interchangeable head, which makes it worth picking up, and I definitely recommend it for any Batman fan out there. Both Catwoman and Batman action figures should be shipping within the US very soon, so make sure you order yours now. Be sure to keep it locked on Figures.com YouTube channel for all your awesome action figure news and toy reviews. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.